Hello guys, my name is Ujays Jeevan Bhai Ramani. My student ID is 2025000163. So in this video I will demonstrate my assessment 3 of switching and the routing protocols, so which is basically based on my last assessment 2, so in which we worked on the network of the ABC company, which has their two branches, one in the Melbourne and another one in the Sydney. So they have their main security infrastructure in the Sydney side and employees in the Sydney side, while the IT and the HR sector was on the Melbourne side. So for this we implemented the RIP routing protocol to transfer the data, and we also implemented the access control list to only give the access to IT center of the Melbourne to access the security center. So but now they are facing some issues related to delay in the data transfer and the other security issues, so due to which the ABC company they want to upgrade their network. So that's why in this assessment I upgraded their network by the point-to-point GRE VPN tunnel applying between the Sydney and the Melbourne, and also instead of RIP protocol we use the OSPF. So as previously in this network we use the RIP between these two branches, so we know the RIP is not that much secure communication protocol. So as ABC is also concerned about the security, so that's why we upgraded from the RIP to the OSPF to improve their security and the reliability, and also implemented the GRE point-to-point VPN tunnel in order to encapsulate the traffic between these two routers through a virtual link, which will allow these internal subnets on the both branches to communicate as if they are directly connected, and which will also support another protocols like the OSPF. So now we will look at the tunnel, like is it working or not. So just wait a minute. Enable class. Okay, so for the tunnel I created on the both side Sydney and the Melbourne router, and in this each router on the both end uses the physical serial interfaces. So I assigned both tunnel interface IP addresses, which will allow these tunnels to communicate with each other. So now we will look at show IP interface brief. So here we can see that it shows that tunnel 10, which is working between the Melbourne and the Sydney. On the Melbourne side we see that it's up, and another thing we can also see, show IP route. So as our tunnel has the IP address is 10.255.255.1, so here we can see that it is directly connected, this one. If I move it a little bit side, so just a minute. Okay, so our this is the tunnel with which our router is connected. So in order to connect with these sites which has the IP of 172.63, and this one, our router is connected with these subnets through this tunnel, so which will provide the secure communication between these two branches. So now we will look the same things at the Sydney. Before that just do a trace route to actually check the path. 172. Let's try to ping this PC of the security side in the Sydney 63.1.20. so just a minute. So here we can see that from our router to directly it reach at this side, and at this it directly ping the PC. We can confirm it once again, so we can see it here. So now let's try the same thing for this server. So it shows it goes through the link from here to here and then this side. So now check the same thing for the Sydney router. Just a minute. So show IP interface brief. So here we can also see that the tunnel is established and the tunnel IP address and it is up. So show IP route. So just a minute. So as this is for the Sydney router, so the Sydney router is connected with the we can see here like it is connected with the tunnel. So in order to connect with this side of the Melbourne HR or the IT sector, it is connected through this tunnel which we can see here. Like if we want to communicate with these sides from this Sydney router, so the data will go through this tunnel, so which will provide the security. So let's try the trace route for this one also. Try to ping trace route for the IT, yeah, which we can directly see it jump from here to directly here through the tunnel, and then it go to the PC, so which provide the security. So just try once for the HR also. So same. So now we will look at the OSPF, like is it working or not. For this we will check show IP OSPF interface. So here we can see that ISPF working. So we can also check its neighbor, show IP OSPF neighbor. So this is the neighbor of the Sydney side, like which is this one, and we can also see this in the routes, like show IP OSPF route. Sorry. So here we can see that these are the routes which are using the OSPF, like the tunnel is using the OSPF, and we can also check this OSPF on the Melbourne side. Show IP neighbor, show IP OSPF. First of all check for the neighbors. So it has that neighbor, this one, and and then check the show IP, just a minute, OSPF interface. So it is also showing that this OSPF is also working on the Melbourne side. So now we will on the last just check the connectivity between these two branches, that is it working well or not. For this we will only check for the PCs, as we already did the trace route command on the both router. Let's do what once again, just once again. First we trace route from the Melbourne router to the Sydney one through the tunnel. So yes, now trace route this PC. Now we will ping the same one. So it is showing that it is connected. Now on last we will only check for the PCs. So actually this is a PC of the IT sector on the Melbourne side. So let's ping this PC. Ping 172.63.1.20. So it shows that it is connected. So let's on last only check for the server. Yeah, everything is working. So on last just try for the this DHCP, which has the IP address 172.63.2.11. Yeah, we can also see that this DHCP1 is also working. So this from this we can conclude that both OSPF and the VPN tunnel protocol between these two routers are working correctly. So all this from my side.